we're off for another episode of Homework Workouts, guys. Now what we're going to do today is 3 parts, where the middle part is actually some kind of like a strength portion, where we're going to load up our backpacks with lots of heavy weight, if the backpack can handle it, and then we're going to squat that son of a bee for a lot of repetitions today. It's going to be good. You're also going to need your elastic band, something to place underneath your knees for old man knees, and obviously as always your smartwatch timer. And never forget, if possible in the workout, and it is today, lock your scores to stay connected with all the others of the Unscared community. Alright, so it's ready to get started on the warm-up. Portion 1 of today's homework workout. We got 3 different movements. We're taking a movement of 2 days ago, but changing it slightly. Let's have a look at William and Kenneth, starting off with what we call a curtsy lunge. Now, while I'm talking them through, you guys can try it out with us. The idea is to lunge with one leg, but get the other knee to go behind the leg on the floor and stand it up. So you press behind with the leg. Now what this does is, first of all, taxes the glutes in a perfect way, which is very good. It also allows you to not use the back leg too. So the back leg is resting on the floor instead of pressing on the floor. Beautiful curtsy lunges. Now let's have a quick break here. Let's have a look at Kenneth. If you're having big trouble with this curtsy lunge, today I want you to aim for a Cossack squat. So you're going to go in a very wide stance. You're going to squat to one side. And then when you come up, you go back to the same side again, because we do all reps on one side before moving on to the other. This is a good sub for the curtsy lunge in today's warm-up. Alright, beautiful. Now, for the next one, I need you both to go on the floor at home. I want you to try this out with us. That would be great to do. We'll all go on the floor, and we're going to start off in a hollow body position. And then later on, I'll talk Kenneth into a scaling option. So let's all start in the hollow. I need legs connected. Arms as far away. We're in that banana shape, as tall as possible. Right now, lower back in the floor is our #1 rule here. Now let's have a look at Kenneth specifically. He has his basic hollow, but he has trouble with the hollow. So first thing he does, he pulls a leg in. Boom. Now he pulls the other leg in. Boom. He pulls in an arm. Boom, and he pulls in another arm, and he's kind of in like a tucked position where his aim is only this: shoulder blades off the floor, lower back in the floor. It is way easier than the one William is doing right now. Alright, good. So the last movement of this warm-up will be the one we did in, I think it was one of the first homework workout videos. It was the Superman arm circle. So you're going to be on your belly with your face down. The first thing you do is set up a proper Superman, which we consider to be the opposite of a hollow body. So we're again connected, legs together. I always want you to think about squeezing your toes and heels towards each other. Now once you start, you're going to have your legs to come over in a big circle, all the way around, and be above your butt in the end position. Then you go back forward, and then you've only completed just 1 rep here, and you need to do 6 of these babies, nice and slow, while maintaining a proper Superman. If this is very hard, and Kenneth's having a hard time now, he's going to place his legs on the floor, but still maintain that chest off the floor, and rotate the arms in that Superman circle. Now it is time to get off the couch and to start the warm-up with us for at least 1 round before you guys do another 3 on your own speed right after. Now, we're going to start off with the curtsy lunge, and I want you to use your left leg as the dominant one, and the right leg goes behind first for 4 reps. Let's go, guys. Let's get 4 reps in of the curtsy lunge. Now the idea is to control this as much as possible and avoid falling down with that leg, right? So you want to be as late as possible at placing the leg on the floor and do as much squatting with the dominant leg. After 4, you can switch on your own speed to the other leg. Make sure you anchor the front foot properly. And then at home as well, we'll wait for you guys to complete all 4 reps on each side. And then we'll go to the floor, and then on my go, we'll start on the first round with the hollow hold. So at home, I'll give you guys 3 more seconds to get in position. William and Kenneth are ready. And we're going to 20 seconds in a hollow hold, starting in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Perfect. So the idea is to keep breathing, but not in the belly, because the belly needs to stay tight. So we're breathing more higher up into the chest. Kenneth is smart because he's scaling down while he's in the movement to maintain the lower back in the floor. And we're going to stop in 3, 2, 1, and rest. That was good. Now we have 6 Superman circles. So we go to our bellies again. You guys at home as well, please. Make sure you hit the Superman first, legs together, arms together, now start on the circle. So nice and slow, rotate to the back, hold it there for a second, come back forward, and then we consider that to be 1 rep. Now when you're doing this set will probably take you a good 20 to 30 seconds because we're moving so slow. I'd rather have you going very slow and move perfectly than rushing through this warm-up. A wise man said, you can never win the warm-up. Here we go. I hope you guys are counting because I'm definitely not. I'm just looking at how good Superman circles can look like. Now Kenneth's having a rough time again. He's going to place his foot on the floor, both of them, which makes his feet go on the floor. And William is trying to maintain that Superman throughout this set. Beautiful. Upon completion of the 6 reps, you can start on the next round. And starting on the next round means that you have 3 rounds left, the total 4 rounds. I need you guys to take it easy, continue, and press pause. So this is where the fun starts. The middle portion of today's session is going to be at home strength work. Let's call it like that. Okay, you're going to need your backpack because we're going to do back squats. That bag needs to be loaded up as much as possible without tearing the bag apart. So let's be safe there, right? But load it up, strap it around your back, and get it fixed as hard as you possibly can. Now let's have a look at these guys and how the movement should look like. They both have their backpacks on. You're gonna go for their regular squatting stance here, and they're just gonna go through their back squats. So assume just doing your regular body weight squat, but with this bag strapped to your back, is loaded like a barbell would be in your bag as well, which is beautiful. Okay, good. You sit your hips on top of your heels, your knees are going to track your toes, you focus on being upright, you're going to keep your big toe, your little toe, and your heel connected to the floor throughout the entire rep. Now let's take a break here. Now let's have a look at Kenneth because Kenneth is still having trouble with that knee injury. He's going to place his feet underneath the hips, he's going to make slight knee bend, he's going to have sure his bag is fixed, he's going to make good mornings with the bag in his back. Relax and extend firmly. Good. Sit back with it and extend. Sit back and extend. Make sure that when the bag is on top of your back stays fixed and flat throughout this good morning, and you use your butt to drive your hips back into extension. Solid. Thank you, buddy. Okay, it is time to get started on this second part. We're going to get our timer set, right? So you take your smartwatch app and you go to the EMOM option. You can set a 1.5 minute EMOM, so 90 seconds, and you do that for 5 rounds in total. At the start of every round, you perform your 15 squats with the intention of, if you can, make it as heavy as possible on the back. And then once the weight is heavy, you try to complete that set as fast as you possibly can. But hopefully the weight is so heavy that it cannot be a very fast set, but it feels more or less like it's heavy. That was 3 times heavy in one line, but that means you know what the intended stimulus is for the day. That's for sure. Now let's get started with us right now because you know the movement. I have my timer ready, I have Kenneth and William ready, and hopefully I have 300 viewers at home ready as well. We're going to set the timer, and we're going to start on our first set in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So like I always said, the 4 points you want to aim for are first of all your heels, your big toe and your little toe are all connected to the floor throughout all the squats, in the bottom and in the top. Your knees are going to be tracking your toes. Your hips are going to go right on your heels. You're going to sit straight in your heels and you're going to stay as upright as you possibly can throughout this set of 15. Beautiful. Part 3 of today's homework workout is going to be that intense session. It's going to be a 12-minute AMRAP of 3 movements. We're going to have some toe touches, some glute bridges, and some standing band rows. So obviously you will need your smartwatch timer, but you're also going to need your elastic band again. Okay, so let's have a look at the 3 movements and scaling options first. And we're going to do that by laying on our back with our legs pointed up towards the ceiling. Now, the idea is to have your arms up as well and to just reach for the toes by curling your shoulder blades off the floor and doing that in a rhythmic motion. Boom. Curling off the floor. Now, scaling, guys, is very simple. You just aim to go as high as you possibly can. If that means you're going to touch your sock or you're going to touch your shoelace instead of your toes, I'm all game with that. These are our toe touches. Now the second movement can be done right after because you'll stay on the floor. And now let's talk you guys into it at home. If you're trying this with us, please try it as well. Position your feet at a hip width stance. And when your knees have about a 90-degree angle. William, can you go to a hip width stance with the feet? Good. 90-degree angle of the knee means feet are slightly more away from the butt. Gentlemen, thank you. Now the toes come off the floor, so we have pressure in the heels. And from there, we're going to drive our butt up into the ceiling. Here we go, and we reach back to the floor, and then we do that again. You guys can keep going. Now the idea is that you try to fold your hips around your belly button to avoid any form of arching of the lower back. Because when you start arching the lower back, you're taxing it in a way we don't want to have in this workout. You should feel your hamstrings and glutes taking the loading off this glute bridge. Perfectly executed. If the scaling for this is very simple, you aim to go up as high as possible, and then we consider that your scaling. Now, let's have a look at the third movement for today, because the third movement will be using the elastic bands for some standing band rows. Right, now if you have a look here at William and Kenneth, guys, first, just please hold your arms long, and let's just show the starting position. You're gonna have a slight knee bend. William has the band completely looped around the door handle, and Kenneth has just one portion of the band looped, which makes it less tension, so a bit easier. From that position, you're going to pull your elbows down and back, and you go back forward, which can remain tension throughout the movement. These are our standing band rows for today. Focus point is moving the elbow through range of motion and not the hand. So the hand is just attached to the elbow in this case, and the primal mover needs to be the back muscles and not the biceps. Perfectly executed standing band rows. Thank you, guys. We just showed you the 3 movements of today's workout. It is now time to get started on the workout. You need your SmartWatt app set at a 12-minute AMRAP. You're gonna need your elastic band wrapped around anything in your house, like a door handle or a pole that you have in your house. And you might need something to lay on if your floor is cold and harsh, right? Now, let's get started. While I'll give you guys the countdown, you guys will join us. I'm gonna set my timer here and I'm gonna count all of us down at the same time. We start with a round of 2, 2, and then 10 rows. Then we do 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8, and after each round you complete 10 of the standing band rows. We start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Legs go up. We reach. 1, 2. Legs go down. 1, 2 to glute bridge. And then we move to the floor for doing standing band rows. Now in the beginning of this workout, rounds will go very, very quickly, like 15 to 20 seconds a round. But later on, when the rep scheme increases, you'll have to do 16 or 20 of the toe touches in a row, followed by 20 of the glute bridges in a row before moving on to the band rows. So Kenneth just completed his round of 4, or 2, 2, and 10. He's now moving back to the 4 for the round of 4. And William is slowly finishing up his band rows, but he likes that upper back pump, so he's taking his time. And I love him taking his time there. So Kenneth is in a round of 4, he's driving the glute bridges. Make sure the heels are pressed in the floor firmly, and you're folding your hips around your belly button while you're completing the glute bridges. William also finished the first round. It took him about a minute to get through this because the band rows are not a really fast movement, and he's really taking his time to get some proper toe touches going. He is just reaching for the toes, and although he's not touching them, they're still very big reps, because this is how far his mobility allows him to go during the movement. Kenneth is completing the second round of 4 and 4 by doing another set of 10 band rows, really focused on squeezing the upper back, pulling with the elbows to get the lats to fire properly. And now William is also going to the door. He has that extra loop around the door handle, which makes it a slightly harder row. And that slight squat position he is in, although it's a very slight knee bend, helps with the stability of the rows. Alright, so we just did a round of 4, 4, and 10. They're going to continue now and start on the round of 6. Then we have the round of 8, the round of 10, the round of 12. And after each of those rounds, you do 10 of the rows. They stay at the same amount of repetitions. I need you guys to continue in this 12-minute AMRAP and press pause.